I get the pleasure now to give the presentation for the Forest Service Legends Awards. And let me invite the first of two 2018 Forest Service honorees, Janet Zeller, to join me, please. Thanks, Janet. You know, John told a really nice story, and we have an intention at the Forest Service, and it's to create a culture of inclusion that awakens and strengthens all people's connection to the land. And how we think about all people being able to connect to land is really important. Janet is the National Accessibility Program Manager for the U.S. Forest Service. She has served this agency and the public with distinction and dedication in this position since 2001, after joining the agency in 1991 as Accessibility Program Manager for our Eastern region. Janet's leadership and accomplishments have been extraordinary, including the development and implementation of the Forest Service's outdoor recreation accessibility guidelines and trails accessibility guidelines, which established the agency's commitment to providing accessible recreational opportunities while protecting the natural resource and settings that people come to enjoy. Janet encouraged and ensured the implementation of both sets of guidelines throughout the Forest Service, then successfully oversaw the review process that ultimately resulted in the agency's guidelines being incorporated into the U.S. Access Board's updates of the Architectural Barriers Act, accessibility standards for all outdoor recreation areas nationwide. Janet's efforts to nationalize the guidelines were instrumental in ensuring that all new construction and alterations of existing outdoor recreation areas, picnic areas, trails, and campgrounds comply with these regulations and guidelines. As a result, recreational opportunities, programs, and services have been expanded to include all recreationists with and without disabilities. Janet also worked tirelessly during design and implementation of the Forest Service's travel management rule to ensure that visitors with disabilities enjoyed access to the full range of national forest lands and experiences while protecting the lands and the natural resources themselves. She has conducted hundreds of training sessions throughout the country, sharing creative solutions to access challenges while inspiring participants. She has also provided field managers across the agency with solid technical guidance, solutions-oriented direction, and rationales to better serve the 57 million Americans with disabilities and the 150 million national forest visitors, many of whom have a disability and are recreating with their family or group. In addition, Janet has championed the development of an innovative mobile tablet-based survey process and a GIS-based application to document current accessibility compliance and identify corrective measures. Few individuals have influenced so many positive changes for the public who use and value our national forests as Janet Zeller, through her perseverance and the sharing of her passion and her technical expertise. Janet, what a legacy you have created. We are honored to recognize you as the 2018 Legends Award winner for the U.S. Forest Service.
because Derek knows me well and he knows I won't pass it. Thank you, Chief. Yes, oh gosh, thank you for this incredible honor. It's been my privilege for the last 27 years to work with my fellow Forest Service employees and our partners, wonderful partners throughout. Give you some numbers. For 25 years, the Forest Service has been committed to inclusive outdoor recreation for people of all ages and all abilities, so they can recreate together across our 193 million acres of national forests and grasslands. Let me give you some more numbers. The Chief mentioned 57 million people in the U.S. who have a disability. Well, did you know that's the largest minority in the country? And it cuts across age, race, and gender. And so it's incredibly important that we include everyone. We do know that currently 12 million people per year are recreating on the national forests and grasslands, and those people have disabilities. They're out there with their families and friends. So maximizing accessibility without changing the character and experience of the setting is the Forest Service mandate. I do recognize that these are unique times with some significant challenges for our agencies and for our partners. However, I do want to stress that the need for strong policy and oversight of national accessibility programs throughout all of our agencies is as paramount now and into the future as it has ever been. The Forest Service is recognized as the leader in inclusive recreation programs and facilities. And that is leaving an indelible mark that others are following. And so, I trust the leadership of our agency, as I retire, will go forward and continue this legacy. And I'll put in a plug. And we'll also fill this one position in the agency. For accessibility. And with that, I just want to say thank you so much for this great way to end my Forest Service career.
You know, thank you. I just have to tell you, Janet, it makes my heart sing to see the dedication, the passion, the commitment, and the really balanced approach that Janet brings. And Janet, I will assure you, we will take it from here. We will not let your important work and legacy go for naught. Okay, it's also my great pleasure to invite our second 2018 Forest Service honoree, Francisco Valenzuela, to join me. Francisco, come on up. Francisco is Director of Sustainable Recreation, Tourism, Heritage, and Wilderness Programs for the southwestern region of the U.S. Forest Service, where he is responsible for the strategic direction and oversight of these programs on more than 22 million acres of national forests, grasslands, and monuments. During his career, he has planned and implemented more recreation projects, including Trails Project, visitor centers, and special areas than any other recreation planner currently within the agency. To date, over 22 million visitors have enjoyed recreation areas that Francisco was involved with developing, including the Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument. We have a connection. the largest comprehensively planned investment in recreation infrastructure and services in Forest Service history, and El Yunque National Forest Visitor Center and its rebuilt recreation facilities and trails. That is the forest's largest recreation capital investment. His career has given him the opportunity to contribute to recreation programs on public lands across the United States and overseas in Latin America, the Near East, and Africa. Francisco is committed to the concept of sustainable recreation, which he sees as serving a diversity of people and protecting beautiful and critically important natural and cultural heritage for future generations through the development of a virtuous relationship between human society and nature. In 2007, he led the creation of the National Framework for Sustainable Recreation, and then in 2014, produced the Southwestern Region's Sustainable Recreational Strategy to further develop the concept, including a sustainable recreation allocation model and a set of sustainable recreation indicators and performance measures. Recognizing the importance of partnerships to sustainable recreation, he also launched and led the effort to develop a comprehensive partnership strategy for the Southwest region. He has published professional papers, appeared on public television, and spoken on the topic of sustainable recreation at national and international meetings. While his achievements and awards are too numerous to list, most recently, he co-led the agency's effort to develop a sustainable recreation research working meeting in April of this year to identify recreation research needs for public lands and develop a research agenda for the future. With 40 years of experience, most of them with the Forest Service, he is widely recognized as an outstanding leader in outdoor recreation planning and management. He is a true Forest Service legend. Thank you, Francisco.
To begin with, gracias, American Recreation Coalition, for recognizing federal employees who work hard to serve the public and protect our public lands through professional recreation management. In accepting this recognition, I accept in part for all those federal employees who are not here today because they're busy working on their challenges right now across this great nation. When I visit public lands, I always go up to them and say to them, thank you for your service. I want to thank my peers who nominated me, for they are brave. I want to thank the supervisors who sheltered and mentored me and encouraged me to follow a little bit different star, particularly my first supervisor, David Seashels, and his family, who took me in after the eruption of Mount St. Helens. As a supervisor, I want to thank my co-workers. I told them not to nominate me for this recognition. And as good employees, they went ahead and did it behind my back. They did what was right. I learned from them, and I miss many of the people I've supervised over the years today. I want to thank my family for supporting me and helping me be a better person. I know I still have a long ways to go. Today, my amazing partner, Martha Cattell, and my two daughters, Tefra and Ananda, are here because without them, this could not be a true celebration for me. Tefra Ormarina is a volunteer firefighter and a public librarian forever focusing on making libraries more inclusive and relevant. She runs toward danger and challenge. My daughter Ananda is a leader for a nonprofit organization called Rainier Valley Corps that promotes social justice by cultivating leaders of color, strengthening organizations, and fostering collaboration between diverse communities. Their life journeys inspire me, and I want to thank all three for their service as well. Lastly, I want to thank Janet Zeller. She, to me, is a living model of purpose. She taught me to design for everyone, not only because it's the right thing to do, but because it's actually better for everyone. At the famed archaeological site, Cima de los Huesos in Spain, they found a child of 7, lovingly buried some 530,000 years ago. This child had evidence of severe birth defects that would have resulted in significant locomotor challenges. To have lived 7 years would have required a lot of assistance and care. The most important miracle of our shared history was the development of compassion and caring in every aspect of living together, in human communities, and even extending to strangers and animals. We have been told a story that evolution is about competition between individuals and groups, and that winners take all. But modern ecologists are discovering that it's cooperation and coevolution that really drives sustainable ecosystems and societies. In nature, if a winner takes all, it goes extinct. There is a revolution going on in how we understand what outdoor recreation really is, and why it is vital to our social ecological well-being. As land stewards, we now recognize that we need to become skilled partners in this social ecological dance. To be a sustainable recreation leader is to constantly pay attention to the future by making wise investments in the present. The key investment is not physical infrastructure, but in people, in communities, in organizations that share this concern, of which the American Outdoor Recreation Coalition is a prime example. There is so much love out there for public lands. So it's up to us to unlock that love and move the problem from places being loved to death to places being loved back to life. The question of the future is not in predicting what it will be, but in working to make it what we want it to be. The heart of sustainable recreation and leadership is compassion and active caring. We, here together, are engaged in this exciting adventure of cultural development so that both society and nature can happily thrive into the glorious future. Thank you very much.